Hey dudes and dudettes, Mr. Theorist here, and welcome to another podcast. If you watch podcast 1, you kind of understand now how I'm going to be doing these videos. I have a nice little visual on the screen, usually a nice easy-paced playthrough of me playing some sort of puzzle game. Bit of nice relaxing music and me, the lovely Mr. Theorist, talking about whatever I want to talk about. You guys seem to enjoy the first podcast, so I'm going to be continuing to do these videos. If you want to know why I'm talking like this, I'm currently recording this at 10 to 4 in the morning. My partner is fast asleep. I'm always awake at this time, so I thought what better thing to do at this time in the morning than quietly talking to the mic and entertain you guys for 20 minutes to half an hour. Depending on how these videos go, we might get to a point where I'm talking for far longer, but we'll see. I was told in the last video, in the comment section, that these videos were almost ASMR in the way they feel, which, cool. It's not exactly what I was planning, but if it ends up like that, then fair enough. I want to have a bit more structure to this video, so I'm going to discuss with you guys some things I really like and some things I've recently discovered that I kind of like. I reckon that maybe you should go check out if you're into the similar things I am. First of all, what do I like? Well, I like my horror, I like my anime, I like my adventure style games, and I like entertaining and I like deep stories and fantasy a lot. Why is that important? Well, it's just something I want to tell you guys. Things that I like to do and listen to and read. So if you're into those kind of things, what do you look out for at the moment? Well, currently, very modern show to watch. I just literally finished watching it before doing this podcast. Is a show on Netflix called Castlevania. Some of you will recognise that title from the games. I have to admit, I've only really played one of the Game Boy Advance games. I'm not quite sure which one it was called. You run around Dracula's castle, killing things, upgrading weapons, and trying to get to Dracula. I didn't play very far. When it comes to Game Boy games, I'm never usually one to complete them, unless it's Pokemon, of course. But the anime is very good. I say anime, but it's an anime style. I can't tell you exactly what. But if you break down, if you don't know what Castlevania is, Castlevania, the games, is about Dracula's castle, and you go there to basically kill Dracula. And in Castlevania, the concept is that Dracula, and this is the first season anyway, has for a reason that I won't spoil, began to hate humanity and decided that humanity needs to be wiped out, which is fun. And yeah, it's gory, it's entertaining, it's very fantasy-esque. The monsters look amazing, like not your normal sort of like demon-y, but they look kind of different and unique in styles at times. It's quite cool. The main character is hilarious, and some of his partner in crime type of character is very fun as well. I might take you a couple of episodes to get into, but definitely recommend it if you're into your fantasy horror anime kind of things. What else do I want to talk about? Kind of a bit of a structury way before I start rambling. Some of you may watch my live streams, and I today started a live stream of We Happy Few. If you caught it, awesome. If you didn't, keep an eye out. Go check me out on Twitch, named Mr. Theorist, same as it is on my YouTube channel. And it's an interesting game. If you've never heard of We Happy Few, fair enough. It was a game that was released about a year and a half ago, I think now. maybe longer, so I might fact check me on that, in which wait a second. Maybe my girlfriend can hear me. No, I don't think so. In which you play a man who is diverting from the system. The system is that everyone in this society takes something called joy, and joy is a drug that lets you stay happy. It also makes you forget and any negative things in life. It kind of alters your perception and your memory, so that if something bad is happening in front of you, your mind imagines it as something else entirely. Say, for example, there is something horrible in front of you, like a rotting rat or something, then instead you see something bright and colourful. It's quite fun. I've only started playing it a little bit, so I don't know too much, and I don't want to say too much in case you want to go out and find the game yourself. But if you just want to watch someone play through that, I will be playing through that maybe every Tuesday night. It might be irregular because my partner wishes to also watch streams, and unlike me, her work pattern is sporadic at best. Sorry if it goes into a bit of a whisper. I'm trying to keep it down and not raise my voice too high. What else can we talk about that's kind of not rambly? I don't really know. What else do I like to do apart from just watch fantasy shows on Netflix? Let's see. I like fantasy role playing. What do I mean by that? Well, some of you will know it under a different title of D&D. Now, D&D is amazing. There's many ways you can play it. There are games that basically are D&D, which you can play on a console, but I think it doesn't quite do D&D the justice it deserves. Other ways you can play D&D is round up a group of friends when not in lockdown, of course. This video is topical. But also, you can play it with friends, where you basically get a group and you'll have 4, 5, 6, however many party members you want, and you'll have one that's kind of like the ruler of the world, and they'll decide how the world works, how the monsters will react, how the NPCs in the world will react, and what sort of quests and stories to discover. It's quite fun. Or you can play the way I'm currently playing, and I'm playing on something called Roll20. Roll20 is very fun and makes D&Ding easy. You simply just find a character sheet that works. This is kind of a breakdown for the dungeon master or roleplay master, game master, whatever you want to call the person in charge. Picks what style of character sheet they want to use, and once they've got one, get your party members to fill it out. Once they've put out the stats, the game itself does a lot of the analytical side of things for you. Like if they want to use an attack, they click on that style of attack and the game will roll for that attack. It's quite easy and simple. It makes D&Ding a lot simpler than having to constantly change your dice over and roll your dice out. It doesn't feel quite as interactive as sitting in someone's living room and doing it face to face, but definitely during the lockdown period that we're currently in, if you're into fancy role playing and you've never used it before, Roll20 is definitely something to check out. And if any of the people here you want to potentially run or even participate in a role playing game, if you let me know, I might be willing to grab a select few people and create and play some games. So it'll be quite fun to do. It might even be a nice little interaction for you subscribers to do. Is we could do like a fantasy role playing style thing, because I would like to closer react and base. So yeah, what else we got to talk about? Don't want to talk about the virus out there, do we? I think we've all got to a point where we've had enough of that. That's getting ridiculous at this point. And what are we on? Almost week 3 of the lockdown. I'm a cheery person at heart, generally am. If you've met me in real life, you know that I'm very hyperactive and just full of joy. I hide it, but I am generally full of joy. But even me, I'm getting to a point where I'm like, lockdown's starting to depress me quite a bit. Not in a scary, oh god, he's depressed kind of way, but just it's beginning to depress me a bit. Yeah. So, what else can we talk about? Oh, we should talk about Westworld. That's something we can all talk about. Some of you might know what Westworld is, some of you might not. Westworld is a new show Sky Atlantic is showing, or Sky is showing, to kind of replace Game of Thrones, in a way. It started just before Game of Thrones was getting to its final couple of seasons. It's really good if you're into your sci-fi. It's a show about there being a theme park based in the future where people can basically play out their fantasies of being cowboys in the Wild West. The theme park has also worlds as well, but that's the main world. And it's this series that's based off an old movie based in the 80s, created in the 80s, should say, in which in the movie the robots rebelled and annihilated everyone in the park. They became aware. I think they became aware. I've not seen the film, but I know the basic premise is the machines that basically play characters in this theme park basically killed all the guests, essentially. And the TV show kind of, I'm just getting comfortable, kind of followed the same premise, except they add more of a AI, let's become self-aware, philosophical elements to it. If, say for example, you're a big Battlestar Galactica fan and you enjoyed the idea of machines having their own personalities and being allowed to be aware and being their own species, this is definitely a show for you. It questions things, it has a lot of mystery to it, and characters are really well done. It's very HBO in its style, if you understand what I mean with the HBO things. Very gory, a lot of nude scene kind of things, but it dies down obviously as HBO likes to do, like reel you in with nudity and gore first season and then kind of takes it back a bit as seasons go along and makes the story the more prominent part of it. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's on its 3rd season now. I've heard the viewingship isn't doing as well as each season gone by, which I'm a bit disappointed with because I really enjoy Westworld and I would like it to continue. It's got the it's definitely got the budget of a Game of Thrones show, I think, but because it's not based off a book series, it might be based off a book, but it's not based off a book series, so it hasn't got this massive chunky fan base. It doesn't have a lot of the support. So if you want to watch a good sci-fi and give it some support and love, guys, go out, watch Westworld. It's really good. It really is quite fun. And it gets a bit complicated, but stick with it. It's a fun show. And it has some good, really good elements to it. So that's another thing I'm watching. So yeah, you've got Castlevania, anime horror, Westworld, sci-fi futuristic show with killer robots. Cool show. Another one I'm watching, rewatching at the moment, is a show called Line of Duty on BBC. You will start to know that my style of shows is quite broad in its spectrum. It just happens that way. But then I can watch one film in a genre or a TV show in a genre, but then not like other films in the same genre. It's weird at times. I find it difficult to kind of sit with the show sometimes. That's why Netflix is really good. Let's where was I? Oh, Line of Duty. Yeah, Line of Duty is a show based on policemen, British policemen, but more specifically the AC, which is anti-corruption in the police force, making sure that police people stay in line and do their job properly and don't take bribes, don't get involved in organised crime, don't do bad things themselves. And it follows a group of them, AC-12 specifically, Steve Arnott and I can't remember, Kate Fleming, I think her last name is. I think that's her last name. And their boss, which is Hastings, I can't remember his first name. It's basically those three each season. They're about 6 episodes long per season, and it's basically them investigating one specific person over the course of the season and what their crime is and trying to see if they are committing that crime or not. It's way deeper in depth than what I'm explaining. I'm not doing a great explanation of it. If you like mystery detective dramas and you like British dramas, go check it out. It's really good. It's recently had its 5th season finish, and it's been hasn't its 6th season made. I've heard they're trying to go for 7, so you got a couple of seasons left in it. BBC iPlayer has it all. It's on DVD. If people still buy, I still buy DVDs, so I'm assuming that some people out there still buy DVDs. Netflix did have it, but they've lost it. There's other ways people know about to find shows that they can't get on their streaming services. So yeah, that's a really good show to watch. Really, really good. So that's TV shows I'm watching. Movies. Well, moment with all this going on, we can't really go out and watch movies, can we? Yeah. I'll try and talk properly for a second though. Rewatching, that's what I was looking for. Old movies, especially Star Wars. If you're a Disney Plus owner, then you could always do what I'm doing. Me and my partner are currently going to be doing the Star Wars saga. I don't mean just episode 1 to episode 9. I mean like the entire saga. So episode 1, episode 2, the entirety of the Clone Wars TV series. Episode 3, then the entirety of Rebels, and then episode 4, episode 5, episode 6, then Mandalorian, episode 7. No, wait, go back to Clone Wars, then episode 3, then Rebels and Solo and Rogue One, that was the other one. Then episode 4, episode 5, episode 6, then Mandalorian, episode 7, episode 8, episode 9. I know episode 9's not quite out, but it's going to be out soon on Disney Plus. It's going to be a very fun thing. Something to keep people entertained during lockdown if you're one of those people who currently has their jobs on hold while they suffer through this lockdown. I said I wasn't going to talk too much about that. Not going to dwell on the sad stuff. Games. What games am I playing at the moment? Maybe. Moment, unfortunately, I'm playing a lot of Siege, so that's kind of a boring offset. Those of you out there know what Siege is. Rainbow Six Siege. It's a fun game. I've played it a bit on my channel before I started deleting gameplay videos off my channel, which just reminded me how I'm going to start putting some of them, well, not them, but creating new ones and putting them on the channel for people to watch. Now that it seems that everyone's not worried about gameplay videos going up on their channels with the new stuff YouTube did, I'm pretty safe in assuming that I'll be able to do it without there being any problems. So that'd be a cool thing for you guys to look out for. But games that I enjoy, I spoke about Half-Life in the last video. Very good series of games, very fun. I've not played the first one, but I definitely played episode 1 and episode 2 of those games. They're quite fun. Apart I've also played a game series called Kingdom Hearts, which some of you will know, some of you will not. Probably everyone watching this video has at least heard of Kingdom Hearts by now, because Kingdom Hearts 3 made such a fuss, because people have been waiting over 10 years for the third major installment of the game series. Very good. Half Disney, half Final Fantasy. Lots of 100% fun. So yeah, that was a really good game series to play, and it has a lot of replayability if you're a fan. And that's kind of, I don't quite know how you explain that style. RPG, I believe, is the style it is, because it is like you increase your stats and stuff and take on bigger bosses and explore different areas. It's RPG role playing. Yeah, I believe that's what it is. What else could we talk about in this? Books, maybe. What type of books do I like to read? Vampire books, definitely vampire books. If you guys are big into your vampires and you've never heard of this series, I recommend you do try and start either Audible, you can listen to them because they're all on there, or go out and actually get books yourselves, or ebooks, whatever, doesn't matter how you get hold of these. They're called The Vampire Chronicles by an amazing writer called Anne Rice. There'd be one or two films you might have heard about from her that came from, well, not from her, but are made from her books, and that is The Interview with the Vampire, which the film itself is not a bad adaptation of the book. Changes things, but it's not a bad adaptation, to be honest. And another one is, you probably heard of the film, maybe heard of the film Queen of the Damned, which is actually a combination of her second and third book she made, which was Vampire Lestat and Queen of the Damned. If you watch the film and you've read the books, you can kind of see the fact that there is Vampire Lestat elements in it, even though it's called Queen of the Damned. Yeah, if you enjoy vampire books, they're really good ones to read. Also, a book called I, Vampire, which I had for some time. Unfortunately, I lent to someone and never got it returned, but it's a really good book. Really good. So, books I've read. Oh, I've also read like loads of books, but they're ones I highly recommend to people. I read all the more obvious ones. I've read the Hunger Games series. I've not read Divergence or Harry Potter, or what were the other tween ones that came out? Divergence, Hunger Games. Hunger Games and Harry Potter were the three tweens, weren't they? Twilight, that was it, yeah. I've read the Twilights, they're not bad. Hunger Games, quite good. Never read Divergence, but my girlfriend has, and she says the films are nothing compared to the books. So if you're looking for comparisons, but I think we might save that for a third podcast, comparing films to their book series. That'll be a fun one to do next week. So yeah, the books I've read, games I've played, movies and TV shows I've watched. What else did we talk about in this video? This week I'm finding it a little difficult, things to watch, things to talk about. But what can we talk about? Come on. I'm enjoying doing these. Sitting here and talking to you guys like you're actually here. I hope you don't want to hear that. Oh, something wrong with my nose there. Let's see. Let's talk about my channel for a second. I hope you guys who constantly follow are enjoying the different versions of content I'm trying to release. Pretty much what my idea is at the moment is, if now and again I might change up what's going on there. Like for a while I did the what did I call it? I called it the what did I call them? The Buffy series I did. something club I called them. What did I call them? Bear with me a second, guys. Let's just have a quick look here. What did I call them? It has escaped me. I called them Retro Club or something, wasn't it? What did I call them? Called them? Yes, Retro Club. That's what I called them. Yeah, I did the Retro Club series, and then I did the Doctor Who review series. And the Doctor Who one did better than my Retro Clubs did. But I want you guys to 100% know. I know I say in my videos, but I'm going to say in these because you guys literally just listen to my voice in these. That if any of these series I've done, the Retro Clubs, the Doctor Who reviews, even going way back to, I did like random vlogs where I went out places and did things. I did these Let's Chats where I've watched films and then chat about films and do them as kind of like a whole series of films. And I did another series of things, didn't I? Trying to see. It doesn't matter. But yeah, if you guys enjoy a specific style or a series that I've done, please let me know. Because I really want to do exactly what you guys want. I enjoy doing any of these kind of things. I sit in front of a camera and talking about a theory I have for why a TV show has gone in a certain direction, or talking to you about one of my favourite films and trying to almost argue with you guys, look, this is why I think this film's really good. Or sitting in front of a mic like I am now and just rambling to you guys about what is like about myself in general. If any of these you want me to carry on doing, and I get to a point, usually it's about 4 or 5 episodes in, maybe longer, I might start to not do them very regularly. And honestly guys, that's me being worried that maybe the views, I know my views don't go up massively a lot, but usually if something hits 15 to 20 average per video, then I'm like, maybe this is the kind of thing people are expecting and they're liking. Then it's like, cool, I might continue doing these. If it goes to 50, 60, that's when I'm like, okay, people must really be liking these, because that's like half of my subscriber base. That's the kind of thing that I'm looking out for. If it goes past 100, I'm like, I need to go back and do them. Like, I think I said in my last podcast, or the first podcast I did, that I was going to continue doing rewrites, which is something I need to get around to doing, where I rewrote The Phantom Menace because it was fun. So your guys' viewship and likes, or if not many of you do it, but some of you really like doing these, you like me doing these kind of videos, put in the comments that you really want to keep seeing these kind of videos. Even if the video gets 10 views, but there's like 2 of you commenting and 2 of you, 3 of you, 4 of you, maybe even all of you that's watched it, say in the comments like, look, I really enjoyed this kind of video, can you carry on making these kind of videos? I will. It doesn't have to get up to, like I'm seeing on some of these theory videos, 400 views, or the Terminator one that reached 13,232 views. Like, it don't matter about it going up that high, but those of you that watch these videos, that if if you enjoy that style of video that I've done, whatever style it might be at the time, let me know, because I want to get a good kind of idea on what it is that you guys really like. Because that's the hardest thing about me doing these kind of videos, is, yeah, it's, do people enjoy watching these? Is it that they, are they just sitting and letting it play out? Which, fair enough guys, thanks for doing that, thanks for being supportive. But if it's something you guys generally want to get interested in, let me know. If you guys want to use these podcasts just as ASMR, sitting in the background, maybe falling asleep to it, or just helping you relax, I can make sure that happens. I can do more videos like this where I can just pick something and talk to a mic, have a bit of music playing, something nice, simple on the screen, and it can be something you guys can just slowly relax and fall asleep to. I have to admit, I do it to a YouTuber that I really like watching, but at the same time, like, if I need to fall asleep, I can play him in the background and fall asleep to watching him. I just thought I'd talk to you guys, I have a cool idea, and let me know in the comments of this video if this is what you want. And again, maybe I could write short stories for you guys and then read them on one of these podcasts. Maybe turn them into their own series. Maybe I do the podcast, but I'll also do these story things. I might even do it where I can type up my stories. I've done a bit of a story in the past, but maybe I can write up a story, type it up on my screen and have it on screen, while I read it, and have it read out to you guys. Like, I could have it on the screen as well, so you could read it for yourself, or I might have something else in the background while I do it, but I could read you guys some stories, probably original stuff. I don't want to step into any territory of copyright or whatever. Like little audio books for you guys, potentially. That could be interesting. Oh, I need to get comfy for a second. Oh, got my wires all mixed up. There we go. So yeah, that would be something interesting I could do for you guys. Yeah, that is something I'll look into. And Dave, if you are watching this, if you would like your stories to be read out, I could do that on here. I really could. Be a nice little collaboration with us. People can listen to your stories, and I can enjoy just reading them out. And then I could even figure out how I would do it, whether I would do it just calmly reading the stories out to you guys, or do it like a proper audiobook where I would do voices and change my voice depending on what kind of character I would be doing. Because oh my god, like, so totally awesome. Really bad whispering interpretations of characters there. Yeah, I'm actually looking at these view counts, guys, and you guys have been quite supportive recently. My phone does not do justice to the views. It's quite nice. Some people may say it's nothing too flattering, seeing 30 views on a lot of these videos, but to me that's almost a quarter of my fan base, so that's amazing, guys. Thank you. It's really quite nice of you. You have to watch my videos. Yeah, guys, I think that's what we're going to leave podcast to. I hope you've enjoyed discovering a bit more about me and some of the things I'm into. I'm being deadly serious about what I can do for you guys. Like, let me know in the comments of videos. If there's a video in the past that you've watched and you've gone, oh, I'd like to see some of that again, go back, pause the video as soon as you do it, so it can count as a view, fair enough, but the watch time won't get affected too much by it. And just type in the comments, like, what is it you really enjoyed about that video? I want some good feedback to figure out where I'm going with all of this. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching these videos, all my videos, and being supportive. It means quite a lot. Like, I just deciding to do something for a hobby, and you guys just watch me, listen to me, always put positive comments. There's like almost no negative comments ever on my channel, which is really nice. You guys are a really good fan base. And saying fans seems weird because you guys are just almost this extended faceless friends, some of you. Obviously some of you I know, but there are always of you out there that I don't know when you still watch these videos, and I really appreciate that. When I say dude and dudettes, dudes is honestly what I say all the time for people I know. So I do mean you as my dudes and dudettes, my friends, as faceless as you all are. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope to talk to you guys in a future video. Whatever that is, don't worry, this channel won't just become podcasts, unless that's what you want, in which case it can happen. I can turn the channel into just podcasts and do theories during podcasts. It would be quite interesting to try and do. Maybe that'll be next week's, is